Have you ever heard somebody say something so confidently, yet they're so wrong? Well, today we're going to be looking at some people on podcasts saying some dumb thing, and they really thought they were speaking the truth.
Melina, you're married to Destiny. Shout out to Destiny. If Destiny was broke and 300 pounds, would you be in love with him and married with him?
I would be in love with him, yes.
Bull.
I mean, you could say that. I'm being honest. I like him for his opinions.
So pretty,
I like him for the way he is,
beautiful.
his humor. I like him for his intelligence. That's the things that I love him for.
So does intelligence pay the bills? Intelligence and his heart?
Because it's you, it's the
But
personality.
that's
it's
what
not
pays
your
the bills.
It's not your money.
So if you're homeless and you have no car and no house, nothing to feed the kids.
Why do you want to go to the
like,
most extreme examples?
Because
I'm not attracted to people that have cars and money. That's not what I'm attracted to. Because people like you are only attracted to those things. You would ditch your guy right away.
My
of
guy
course
makes
you
less
would.
than me.
But
Way less
why
than
in that
me.
case? Yeah, but why the are you arguing and saying that I would leave it? That because if you're the same as me.
Women look for men that have resources that can be present.
But clearly
provide,
you don't.
protect.
You just told me you're not, right?
I'm an anomaly, darling.
Yo, so you're gonna tell me how I feel?
Some women out there want a man who can pay for everything. There's nothing wrong with that. However, there's some women who don't. Everyone's completely different. If Destiny was broken for £100, we would all still love him. He's the best of us. Exactly, like if someone's a genuine nice person, you like being around him, you're gonna be attracted to them. Actually, I agree with Destiny's wife. Not all women are looking for a man who just provides. Some good women out there stick and never leave. I know that firsthand because my best friend is very attractive, and some of the boys she's dated are not very attractive. They don't really have the looks, they don't have money. She just dates them because she likes them, and that's how some women are. Every single person's different. Some women out there want, you know, a really wealthy man that can take care of them. They're really only with them for the money. However, some women out there who just want someone who's nice and lovely, and if they're nice and lovely, they can be broke, not that attractive. They don't care. They're just happy that they're dating a sweetheart. This is such a trap. If she had said she wouldn't stay with him, they also would be mad. Exactly, and also there's grown man shouting in the crowd. Who's that woman? She's such a pick-me woman. The one he was talking about how she'd only date like a man for the money, etc. Why are they so angry that she isn't shallow? Exactly, like why are they kind of angry at her that she's not dating somebody for their money? In a way, it explains a lot about them. Why are they mad she loves her man? Because it's genuine love, something that they don't have in their relationship. I'm assuming that the woman who's disagreeing with her would only really get with a man for the money, stuff that benefits her. But obviously Destiny's girlfriend isn't like that. You know, she's with him because she actually likes him. And put it this way, if true love makes you mad, that explains a lot about you.
You said women have been oppressed by men since the dawn of civilization. How?
If you don't know that, I'm not going to explain to you.
People don't like you in real life. I'll tell you this right now.
And
You're very
do you
rude.
think
You're very
I'm
rude.
very rude. I came here to give
You're
my
very
opinion.
rude.
I was invited here to give my opinion, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And you're not gonna shun me, and you're not gonna shut me out and call me obnoxious because, Mister, I can say the exact same thing about you. Look at you. You come in here and you're just gonna talk to these 18, 19, really early 20-year-old girls. How old are you?
I already told you.
I don't remember.
Oh, shocker.
Okay,
Because
guys.
You're not gonna come
Shocker.
here and call me obnoxious.
You are
call
obnoxious.
Me rude.
Okay,
People
hold
don't
on.
like
Because
you.
take a good look at yourself. If you're gonna come here onto a dating show and talk to me, a 21-year-old girl, that way, am I insulting you? No.
John, she
But
does have a point.
You
actually.
called me a bitch, and never
You
once
called-
did
you
I
called
cut.
How insecure. Yet again, that man has to be 30 something. I actually seen another TikTok about him. Basically, a girl had to go with him and he like stormed off and started crying the next day. These men put on their sits and act like a big man, but realistically, they're little boys. She's gentle parenting him, LMAO. Well, I know for a fact that his mummy always told him he was the best boy in the world. Something tells me he never faced discipline. Why is he wearing a suit to a podcast? Because then men put on suits because it makes them feel better. They think that if they wear a suit, get fake veneers, and then spew misogyny, it makes them look better and makes him a stronger man. But they can never debate a true point. You know, that woman just turned around and completely annihilated him. And something else I've noticed that they always bring very young people on these podcasts, usually 17, 18, 19, 20. They don't know anything about the world, but they always, you know, just like talk over them. I love clips like that. Like, I just love watching videos of men like that getting completely and utterly annihilated. Even his friend admitted he was in the wrong. Yeah, exactly, and that's when you knew you proper are in the wrong, because then men stick together like glue. You can never separate them. He was on the verge of tears. Yeah, well, I have seen another clip of him crying literally because he got told off by a woman like that. They can dish it out, but they can't take it back.
I don't know if you know this, Eat Then Decline, but your girl is not eating and declining. She's going to the gym and training. Here over on this side of the internet, we know one of the biggest signs that your girl or your wife is about to leave you is when she starts going to the gym. Why? She's preparing herself to get back out there on the sexual marketplace.
I can't get over how much these guys are always like, I don't know anything about Ethan. Who is Ethan? Also, I know everything about every detail of his life. His wife is exercising. You're fantasizing about my wife leaving me, but the way I see it, we're about to have a third baby and you're sitting single in a podcast crying about how the sexual marketplace isn't fair for men. I mean, my God, man, you are going to die alone.
What he said at the end is very, very true. That men are always going to die alone because they'll never be happy with a woman. It sometimes makes me think, you know, are they secretly gay? A lot of times men who are very, very rude to LGBT people or women are secretly gay, and they think that their way of proving that they're a man and a big, strong alpha male man is to be rude to other people and put them below them, which to me just screams homosexuality. Like, to me, they look like they want to suck willy. Not me being in the gym in a 12-year relationship, happy as ever. Exactly, some people just want to go to the gym because they want to be healthy. They want to do a bit of exercise. I mean, Ethan's wife is, you know, bringing another child into the world soon. Children are hard to bring up. You know, you need to be on your ball.
What's your body count?
I'm probably close to 400 now at this point, allegedly.
400?
400?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for me. I'm allegedly.
You got high value because you 400 girls.
Allegedly. Yeah, but I mean, allegedly. Here's the thing. For a man... Stop. For a man to have sex with a lot of girls, he has to put in work. You don't have to put in work. You just get...
Miami, not in Miami. It's easy for you. Maybe you got money, you have a YouTube channel.
That takes work. Hold on, what does it take to get money? That takes work.
What?
What does it take to get money?
Work.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and use a little bit of their own reasoning to see how this is in fact a low value man. The master key analogy, most of us have heard that one before. If one key opens many locks, it's known as a quote unquote master key, as opposed to one lock being opened by many keys, it's known as a lock. He is the lock because he's allowed 400 women to open him up. All you got to do is flip their own logic on them and they instantly and immediately become low value men. This is specifically referring to the red pill bros and all the alpha males. The car analogy. Him having a body count of 400 quote unquote, because I don't believe that at all. I don't even think he has 20 to be honest with you. That means he has high mileage. His rotors are probably messed up and they probably need fixing. Oil probably needs some change. Air filter also probably needs some change. Maybe one of the windows doesn't roll down because of how old and used it is. What's that shit that alpha males say? No one wants a used car. Apply that to yourself. I'd rather have a new Range Rover than an old beat up and used Honda Civic. Nobody wants a used car. Do me a favor and apply that logic to yourself if you agree with that guy or even think like him. You've been run through, my friend. You're used and you are now low value if you think like him or agree with him. What that shows is not high value. What that really shows is a lack of self-discipline and a lack of self-control amongst all things. And it also shows that you're a very easy man who gives easily into his impulses, which are actually derivative of your emotions, which in turn makes you an easy emotional man. And isn't that what most of these alpha guys clown on women for? Isn't it interesting how when you use their own logic against them, now they look absurdly idiotic and ridiculous? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Till next time.
I also believe a lot of times the stuff that they say they don't actually believe in, you know, they just say it for the sake of saying it. It's kind of like Andrew Tate, like he'd say all these controversial things, but I don't believe he actually believes it. And I swear it's like a Muslim now. It's like Islam is completely against half of the stuff he says. It doesn't really make much sense. And yet again, put it this way, if you want to sleep with people, you do you. As long as you're safe and it's healthy, that's completely fine, got no issue with it. However, I think it's interesting how he claims to have a body count of like 200, yet he would have a go at a girl for having a body count over 5. And also, put it this way, 200 people, that's a lot of people. I really hope you're taking regular tests, because like that is not, you could possibly put yourself at harm. And also, can we talk about the fact that 200 people, oh my god, your balls must be completely deflated. They must look like a deflated balloon. 400 people and he's still alone. Wait, it was 400? I thought he said 200. Oh my god. I'm screaming disappointing 400 people as well. Exactly, and put it this way, how long's that been going on for? Like a couple years. That's like a new person every couple days. How can he even find that many people? And yet again, he better be wearing protection, protect himself, because he could be infecting people. Lack of self-discipline and control, exactly. I also feel like people like him talk about how they want a traditional woman. Realistically, they don't. They just want a woman that they can control. They want a woman who'll stay home, not sleep with anyone, and just breed children for them. Basically like a maid or a slave. And yet again, if you want to date a traditional woman, you have every right to. However, usually traditional men will date traditional women, and he's not a traditional man. 400 girls, he still can't find one that thinks he's valuable enough to keep. That says a lot. I feel like with guys like him, like, let's be completely honest, he's not ugly. However, they've got a weird personality, like they're not a fun person to be around. I don't know why, I just feel like I'd always be walking in eggshells. Like, I feel like I could go out to the shops and he accused me of flirting with like someone out there. I'd be like, oh my god, why are you wearing a scarf? Are you trying to impress someone? These men will blame everyone except for themselves as to why they're lonely.
So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls.
I'm not special.
Like, you're like other women that are
So
like...
what makes you special then?
I never said I was.
What do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does that make you feel? Because if I say you're that does something for me, right? If I insult you or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable.
The craziest thing is, literally Spotify reposted that. So many people repost that guy every day because he's so stupid. And I don't know his name. And I don't think any of you do either. Because only unforgettable men are concerned with making sure women feel forgettable. Like, if you feel important, if you feel special, if you have confidence, telling other people that they're not special does nothing for you. That's why you never see attractive, successful men running these alpha male podcasts. You see men that you will see a million times and still have no interest in knowing their name. Because not only do they literally bring nothing to the table, but questions about what you bring to the table. And insults and negging and very strange, illogical metaphors about locks and keys. These men are not funny. These men, very honestly, are not attractive. And I can't imagine they're successful doing what they're doing. And even if they ever were to get successful doing what they're doing, they would still have that hole inside them that makes them do this in the first place and makes them be hateful to women. That doesn't come from a fulfilled man. Why would it? How could it?
A lot of times these men do put on the front they're very, very hurt deep down. And part of me kind of feels bad for them. It's kind of like that guy who's wearing a suit. You know, he wears a suit, he looks like a successful businessman. Is he actually successful though? That's what a lot of people do. They put on a front, you know, people on social media to act like they're rich with all the designer stuff. They're not really that rich, it's all a front because they want to look a certain way. They want to look a way that they're not. And that's what a lot of them guys do. 100% looked it up, my name is Myron anyways. Yeah, it's like the fact we don't even know his name. Like, I don't even know the name of the podcast. All I know is that whenever I see his face, he's always got something bad to say. He's acting pretty submissive for an alpha because he's not an alpha male. Alpha males don't act like that. These people put out a message like an alpha male is someone who goes for loads of women, has lots of money and is materialistic. What even is an alpha male? I don't know. You know, like a man who takes care of his friends, family, etc. Like, to me, that's what an alpha male is. If you have to constantly remind people that you're an alpha male, you're not one. And that's exactly what these men do. She stumped him. He's never even asked about himself. Why? The answer will reveal he's the problem. Exactly. Like, these people always push their issues on the other people and then blame them for their issues. It's so funny how he keeps looking around for validation from the other men in the room while she's looking at him in the face the whole time. That's something I can relate to. Sometimes guys will say weird stuff to me and they kind of look at their friends to get like a giggle, and it's like, it's so embarrassing because I don't know how to put it into words, but I feel like in the friendship group he's definitely going to be down at the bottom. Friendship groups are kind of like pyramids sometimes, especially with guys. There's the guy up at the top and then the two below him and then the three at the bottom. I've got a feeling that guy right there was probably at the bottom. He has to make jokes and throw jabs at people and get validation from his friends to like make them giggle, etc. Because yet again, if he disappeared, no one would remember him. Like, he's forgettable.
There's a whole genre now of women who are going on these shows like This Whatever and Fresh and Fit and actually destroying these losers. There's a little context. Apparently this guy who she's talking about, he came on to talk about the importance of self-control. That's like his whole shtick, okay?
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. Thought something was wrong with me.
You're a man of self-control. You work out, you do business.
Yeah.
You can possess your own power and direct it the way you want to direct it.
It's not how I am.
Do you think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not.
You are!
Let me just mention that real fast. You're not getting to me. I just want to let you know right now you ain't triggering me, girl.
I think you're annoying, but I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? No, you are. You're annoying.
Bro, don't you see how pathetic you are? Oh my God. Yo! The slightest bit of pushback and of pointing out their hypocrisy sends this guy into a total meltdown. Annoying.
Yeah, literally.
And totally not triggering me, by the way.
It's totally not her business.
None of your business. I literally came on the show to talk about it.
Yeah, 100% not her business.
This goody two-shoes type way, and that's fine. I'm going to live my life on my terms, unapologetically, like truly. So You can ask me this 85 different ways. At the end of the day, I'm gonna walk out of here the same man.
And that's my favorite. I refuse to change.
I refuse to change or better myself in any way.
It doesn't matter what evidence or information I'm presented with. I promise I will never change.
Just like I said, deep down they're very, very sad and very, very hurt. They're not alpha males. They want to be, but they never will be. And yet again, he's wearing a suit. Like, they always wear a suit and put on a big business front. But they're just not like that. His thing is self-control, but he lost his cam in like 1 second because it's all fake. It's all a front. These men make themselves out to be something that they're not. They make themselves out to be good men, traditional men, businessmen. They have self-control, but they're just not like that. It's all fake. I'm not triggered by it and immediately hits her with the middle school boy insult. Exactly. I feel like a lot of these men are just, you know, middle school boys that never grow up. They're very, very hurt. Like, deep down, they're very, very sad individuals. Well, anyways, guys, that's really that video there. If you want to see me watch more clips like this, let me know, definitely will. Press the bigger script and see you all tomorrow for another video.